Hi. Okay, now, can you hear me? Hello, are you able to hear me? Hi, Pink. Okay, looks like people can hear me. Alright, what's everybody? What's up, everybody? Let's get started. Let me pull up the chat on my phone right quick. Just a second, y'all. Alright. Alrighty, I'm gonna get started. If you have a question, feel free to leave it in the chat. I'm just gonna move from the top of the chat to the bottom. So first question, looks like Jaswinder, does Johan want something serious with me? We're both Capricorn and both friends. Okay. It seems like this is a situation, and maybe only on one person's end, where it feels like they've just been kind of waiting around and waiting around and waiting around, and it's almost like, maybe there's even somebody else that this person is talking to at this point or something. It almost feels like waiting for someone to an extent that it's like you've been waiting and waiting and you don't know if something is coming because it's just been so kind of stagnant. Maybe you do have different thoughts about what's going on, or there's one person not communicating to the other person about what's going on or what it is that they want. Because this kind of feels like one-ended to me, like one-sided to me. Like it doesn't feel like, I don't know if there's any communication going on about this, but it just kind of seems like, I don't know if people are on the same page. It seems like one person is definitely like dead set on this being more romantic, and then the other person is kind of either not in the loop, or these cards are talking specifically about this one person's perspective where they're just like, is this going somewhere romantic? What do I do? Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I wait around? Kind of like a limbo-ish feeling. So maybe there's this idea that you have that maybe you want to go ahead and communicate this to this person, or maybe this is a situation where both people feel like, I have this idea that I want to do this thing with them or be in this relationship with them, but I'm kind of holding myself back because I don't see how, or I don't see where this could go. But I think people are getting some clarity or some new perspectives about what it is that they want. They're kind of like figuring it out as of right now. But it kind of looks like two people, or maybe one person, in a space of I have this idea, but I don't know what to. He said he respects me, but words. Been knowing for a year now. He asked me if I have a boyfriend now. I said no, I don't. Okay, for sure. Well, maybe this is the process of how y'all work this out. It doesn't need to like look a specific way. You're just trying to feel each other out in this new way, and maybe just like kind of trusting this process. We got make the effort. Great love is worth taking. Steps you're guided to take. So yeah, this kind of seems like trusting this process that's happening here. You deserve love. You are lovable. And flirt. Yeah, you mentioned flirtation. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So if this is something that you want to do, it seems like something that could be worth exploring, um, even if not just for you to gain some sort of perspective about what it is that you're looking for in a partnership. Um, but it seems like both people are kind of in the same boat of I have this idea of this thing that I want to do with this other person, or this type of relationship that I want to have. Not really sure how to go about it, kind of waiting for the other person to do something. But here it looks like you're getting some recognition for the flirtation going on, and this make the effort. You deserve, and you deserve love. So I would say just trust this process that's going on, you know, and maybe just like watch what's happening. It looks like something is playing out right now. But it definitely looks like there's something there. It's just in the middle of playing out right now. So you might just have to trust kind of what's going on and let it unfold. Thank you for your question, Jaswinder. Hi, Pink. Hey, Kritika. what is coming for me in the near future in general. It seems like a situation that's been needing some confusion was something that came up for me instantly. Um, um, I think like a situation that was causing emotional confusion, and trying to get some clarity about something that was causing emotional confusion. That seems to be coming to an end, wrapping itself up. So I don't know if this is, this might be with another person, um, maybe somebody that you, uh, this could be a situation in which you had some kind of in the past, maybe the recent past, some kind of emotional development with somebody, or try to be emotional with somebody else, and the other person's just really not having it because they're not really in a space of um, being able to have a balance between head and heart. This other person, and this could be you too, is just really all in their head. Um, it could be. Coming from this space of not being able to access their heart space, or share, or be intimate, or kind of even be playful. This seems like an energy or a situation in which somebody's like constantly either shutting themselves down or shutting somebody else down, because they mentally cannot handle some some type of dynamic or whatever's been going on. And it seems to be gaining a new perspective of whatever this is, whether this is you yourself or another person. I just want to look at something real quick. Maybe it could be something um, creative, or something kind of lighthearted or kind of playful or joyful that you've been wanting to do, but maybe you don't see how it could happen, or some kind of limiting belief where you're being very critical of the self or something. Um, but it's literally kind of coming full circle. There's some new perspective that's being had about um, if this is you, then gaining some clarity about something that you've been wanting to be creative with or playful with, or if this is with another person, then either that relationship with that person coming to an end because they kind of have this way of being very critical, judgmental, shutting somebody down, being quick to kind of dominate or um, shut somebody up because they are experiencing some kind of uh, pain, or they don't want to be vulnerable. They don't know how to be vulnerable. But it's the end of whatever it is, it's the end of that and gaining some new perspective or new understanding. Maybe it's a new belief. Maybe it's a new way of being. Yeah, somebody looks like they are just exhausted, maybe from kind of listening to what other people are saying or following the footsteps of somebody else, or constricting themselves to kind of traditional ways of thinking. And it could even be like religious based, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be any way of going about doing something that has just been very um, both opening but also like crippling to who you actually want to be. And if this isn't about you, this is about somebody else that is significant in your life, and kind of allowing things to fall apart at the moment, because there's something brand new um, coming out of this. And it looks like a perspective, like a new perspective, or some new understanding of the self about what you don't want to put up with, or what you will or won't put up with, or something like that. Um, there is something here, though, that definitely kind of shakes up your natural way of doing things, or the way that you've been doing things. But it's for the greater, it's for your benefit. So it's kind of being like, this is something that's wrapping up, or and coming to a close for your benefit. So kind of just allow these changes to happen. Whatever it is, you have um, funded the inner strength to be able to allow things to kind of just change around you and kind of flow around you, while you kind of stay um, stagnant. This was for Kritika. Yes, for sure. All right, Pink says, is LJ happy? Is LJ currently happy with his love life? I'm getting a yes in my visual. I'm getting yes with the pendulum. I'm going to pull some cards. It's interesting because with these cards, I'm looking at a situation in which someone has either a lot to choose from, either with different partners, that they have a lot of options or something, but there's something that they want or desire or want to create with someone, and it's kind of going through a lot of change. I think that maybe their dynamic, maybe, um, or the way that they've been going about doing things is kind of going through a lot of upheaval, and they're having to kind of navigate, um, it's kind of like watching everything um, around them change within this dynamic, um, but they have either so many different ideas, or they have a lot of different possible attachments. Um, Let me see. It almost seems like there's something that they want that they feel like they might lose, or that they can't have, or that there's a bunch of change going on within their current dynamic, um, that might be seen or coming off to this person as they're not going to get what they want, um, or that they don't have the ability to create it, or something like that. Whatever it is, this I feel like this person's dynamic is kind of going through a a change in what it was or what it used to be. And then maybe what the Seven of Cups is that maybe this person has kind of a lot of non-tangible ideas at this point, because of all this change that's going on, about what they want in the dynamic with whatever relationship they are in right now. Um, hmm. There seems to be some confusion about this this new adventure or this new start with this person, and maybe even keeping it to themselves. I feel like they have, maybe that's what the Seven of Cups is too, is like these desires that they have, or maybe even these fantasies that they have, but they're watching this dynamic with this person change so fundamentally that they don't know where it's going, and they're trying to be open to it, but also I don't know if they feel confident in their ability to create what they want with this person. Pull some love angels. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. I wonder if they work with this person. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Seems like there's a lot going on in this dynamic. So it looks like they might try to ride this out and try to, it looks like they're in this kind of middle place of wanting to resist what's happening and trying to go with the flow and kind of be open to whatever the next thing is. Some confusion, some keeping feelings to yourself because maybe this is kind of a painful process for them or something in some way. Or maybe they've been told some information that is a little bit difficult for them to process, but they're wanting to have these fantasies and these ideas about where this is going, and also wanting to feel like they have a say, or that they have some kind of say in the direction of this dynamic. What do you feel like? Yeah. Let me see if they're going to try to see how probable it looks that they try to ride this out. Hello, everybody coming in. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate the like and the subscribe. If you have a question, feel free to leave it in the chat, and I'll see what I can do. They want to work on it. But they're going to have to take a step back and not be so involved in... it's like they're taking things personally or something, and they kind of need to take a step back and kind of see the bigger picture of what's going on. So maybe that's kind of the direction that this person's going in. Thanks for your question, Pink. All right. Hello, SA. SA, what are his true feelings towards me? His name is MS. He's a Gemini. Okay. You are welcome, Pink. It seems like this person is feeling a little burdened because I think they might be more of an independent person. And I think maybe either they feel this about themselves or they feel this about you, that maybe you, either this person is feeling like they're a very independent person and they're feeling a little bit like crowded right now, or they are feeling that you um, kind of have like a either have like a wall up, or that maybe you have other things going on in your life and you're just a very independent person, and that um, there's no time for this other person, or um, they don't really feel the type of connection or chemistry maybe that they would like. Let's see, that's a 10. So yeah, it seems like there's a bit of a burden, like somebody feels burdened by the dynamic, or maybe they think that you feel burdened by the dynamic. Um, I want to look at something right quick. Because there's this aspect of somebody really focusing on themselves. And I don't know if this person is worried that you are. I don't know if this person is worried that maybe you're not um, giving yourself enough credit for something that you're doing, or that you're too hyper focused on something, that they're concerned for you burning out, or there's a they see you striving for something, and it's kind of creating this block, or either blocking them out, or um, creating like a block in inspiration or creativity. I wonder if this person worries about your own understanding of your self-worth, and maybe they see you trying to work at something really, really hard, and there's just this repetition of burnout. Um, let's see what the question was. So as far as this person's true feelings towards you, it seems like this person is wondering if you even have what is the hidden in his intentions. I don't think that there's anything hidden here other than, well, not even other than, I feel like, but I didn't if he has. It seems like this person, hmm, what is the hidden in his intention? I don't think that there's something hidden. I think, at least not purposefully. I think that this person just might be either this person is very focused on themselves, or they see you as someone that's very focused on themselves, and kind of being in a space of needing to do their own thing, feeling like they really need to do their own thing, focusing on their self-worth, um, focusing on either some project that they have, or some situation that they're in that's kind of taking their focus away, taking their energy away. It seems like, I think that this person has some personal things going on. Um, they're trying to bring some balance to their personal life, it seems like right now. And so I don't think that they are able to focus on anybody else or anything else. Um, I don't know if this person says things that are kind of out of line or like leading you on or something like that, but I don't think this person is trying to come from a space that is malicious or manipulative or something like that. I think they have something going on in their own life, maybe even something with their family, that they're trying to bring some peace to, some fairness, some balance to in their personal lives. Yeah, they are experiencing some. They're going through some healing right now, some emotional confusion. Yeah, I feel like if this person is, I don't see it. I do not see it. But you definitely know the situation better than I do. 10 and a 4. Just because I'm not seeing this person's feelings specifically towards you doesn't mean that that's not there. What these cards are talking about right now is very, very focused on this person's personal life and something that they're going through right now that's kind of pulling at them emotionally and taking a lot of their focus away. So other romantic interests don't seem to be an interest to them as of right now, because they're kind of going through some stuff, and it looks like going through some like personal family stuff. And they're trying to gain some clarity on that. So it's like they're taking some space to do that. I I mean, you know the situation better than I do, but I don't see um, this person being in a space to try and do something romantically as of right now. It looks like they are dealing with some issues of self-worth and trying to leave a difficult situation, kind of move away from a difficult situation. So I don't know if they are in some kind of intimate relationship with somebody right now, or it kind of looked like a family thing to me. Um, Let me see. But they just don't look very interested in anything having to do with romance with anybody right now. They're going through kind of a rough time, mentally and emotionally. Yeah, I just got the same cards again. They don't really know. They feel kind of lost as to where they're at, both emotionally and mentally, and feeling like a sense of stuckness, which does not ring to me as something that this person, yeah, again, this person is trying to bring some kind of balance to their own personal life. It's just not ringing. I'm really stoked to be doing something intimately romantic right now with anybody. It's like they're starting over in some way, about learning something about themselves. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person is not able to kind of communicate with you about anything romantic or emotional. They might feel fear as to what would happen if they did that. That's all I'm getting right now, I say. I appreciate your question. Cheryl, how does Denver feel about me? You're welcome, SA. Hmm. I think this person is keeping some things hidden um, for fear. I think that they might fall back into a cycle that they are familiar with that is kind of like this emotional cycle that they've found themselves in before. Um, so I think that they are kind of playing down how they feel, which is it's kind of like a self-sabotaging thing that they're doing in order to not have to. It's like they're not allowing themselves the opportunity to feel um, not happiness, because you don't need somebody else to feel happiness, but there is a lightness about the dynamic between you two, and there's this feeling of, well, if I allow for myself to be playful with this person, then I will go back into an old cycle of something that was very like degrading to their character. It's something that like it would be like oh, if I just for example, like if I allow myself to be playful and open-hearted with this person, that means that I'm going to get reattached to somebody else so hardcore that I'm going to lose myself. There's something here where they're not wanting to repeat something that's happened in the past. And so uh, I feel like this person has very good feelings towards you, like very positive feelings towards you. Um, but they might dumb it down for themselves a little bit. Not dumb it down, but dim it down they might be dimming it down for themselves. So it's kind of like being in a place of feeling like, do I stay or do I go? Um, do I allow myself to be seen, or do I move on to something else because I don't want to repeat something from the past? So it's like I think this person is trying to get a grip on what is important to them and have that kind of be the deciding factor. So I wouldn't actually be surprised if this person was kind of taking some time out to try and understand what it means for them to be authentic. Because if they can be seen by themselves, then they won't have anything to worry about. Let me see if I can pull some love angels right quick. I don't even remember who this question is for. Oh, for Cheryl. This is for Cheryl. Cheryl in Denver. Any information on that? So we were just talking about this thing about, well, if I allow myself to be seen, if I allow myself to enjoy this, be playful, all this, then that means that I'm going to fall back into another cycle where I completely identify with somebody so much that I lose myself. And I'm pulling some love angels cards right now, just on the energy between you and Denver. And we got codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So that's exactly what we've been talking about. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Thanks for your question, Cheryl. Okay, it looks like I got a donation. Zanev, thank you so much for your donation. Does Usman plan on reconciling with me and reaching out next year? Okay. Yeah, I definitely see this person reconciling with you. I feel like they're kind of going through something right now where they feel like they don't have any power or control, or the way that they would be exhibiting it right now would kind of be out of control and not a reflection of their true self, but um, a reflection of somebody who feels like they don't have any power in the situation. But it transforms into somebody who understands and gains clarity on the perspective that of they gain a new perspective of the way that they are thinking right now, or the way that they are feeling right now. I feel like this person might be coming from a space of like feeling powerless. And sometimes when people feel powerless, but they want to try and feel powerful, they try and do things and try to control things externally, which doesn't ever work out because those things are not permanent. I see reconciliation here, but I'm not seeing romantic feelings. I'm just seeing somebody who is clearly communicating a reconciliation, a healing. There's definitely a healing taking place, a definite transformation, a clarity is what's really popping out to me here. Someone who understands that their power is coming from within themselves. Let me pull some love angels here. Hey, Demetria. Oh, we can definitely answer that for you. When this person reconciles with you, it just seems like they are a lot more centered and intuitive. They know themselves a lot better, which is very different from this Emperor in reverse that I'm seeing here. Who's kind of trying to control things outside of themselves, or, just at the core feeling very powerless. Regarding this person, finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Children, your love life is being affected by children. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Hmm. Well, there definitely is like a healing transformation taking place here. Let me see if it is something romantic. Actually, let me ask. I'll do the pendulum too. There's that again. There's that same card again. There's definitely an apology here. There's like a peace offering here. I'm personally right now not seeing anything romantic. It's just kind of like an apology or a peace offering about either being so opinionated or um, so much inner resistance about things coming to creation, like things not being able to um, come into creation because of either differing ideas to the point of nobody listening to each other, or maybe this person had a difficult time listening. Um, but I kind of just see more of like an apology and just kind of an opportunity to make amends. There's this thing here about this person uh, coming from this place of powerless still now again. Um, mhm. So there's definitely some healing coming your way in regards to this person. And there's an offering to start again. So, but I don't see it as romantic, but that doesn't mean that it can't be that way. It shows me what's most important, or what the most like prominent energy is. And the most prominent energy, it seems like, from this person will be the fact that they are owning up to something and sitting in their appropriate place of power, and gaining some clarity about things that went down and how they were, and they're gonna definitely not be the same person that you knew, in a good way. So I'm glad to see that there's at least gonna be some healing taking place for sure. Yeah, it kind of looked like some manipulation, like infighting, inner resistance, people not listening, manipulation, which again is a form of wanting to control things because you feel powerless. Not you specifically, but this person. Hey, thanks for your questions, Zenev. I appreciate your donation. Okay, continuing down. Chicky. Hi, Chicky. Can you do a love reading for me? Sure. Ah. Yep. Okay. So when I was kind of grounding myself, just kind of connecting with the universe, I don't know if you know who Florence and the Machine is, but there's this song that they're talking about being in the shadow of someone's heart, or feeling like you are um, constantly in the shadow of someone's heart. And I feel like maybe you've had some experiences in the past that have made you feel like you don't deserve the type of loving dynamic that you're looking for. And it's when you are thinking in this way that that's actually the type of dynamic that you attract. And then, you see this show up in your physical reality, and then that you think that it reinforces the thoughts that you have. And then you make your decisions based off of what you're seeing, or you continue to think in a certain thought pattern from what you're seeing without realizing that you created that experience for yourself. So, what this is talking about is really being able to process any trauma or pain from the past, um, feelings of non-deserving, feelings of grief, or not good enough, or self-worth, or this person did such and such to me, or this person said such and such to me, and it made me feel some type of way. And the more we tell ourselves that story, well, then that becomes our reality, because our thoughts, and more importantly, our corresponding feelings with those thoughts, kind of attract our experiences towards us. So, this is talking about being able to let go of certain pains in the past. And maybe, right now you might be feeling stuck, like you can't get yourself out of something cyclical that keeps happening, or there's like a rut, or you keep like waiting for somebody, or you keep ending up in situations where the dynamic is the same shit that you don't want. And this Knight of Pentacles in reverse is talking about making sure that um, before you plant something, you have to make sure that you have like that the soil is healthy, that you have fertilized that shit, that it's ready for something to be planted in there and taken care of, because you know how to take care of it properly. So it's talking about going back, looking at your thought processes that you're having, and what is the type of dynamic that you want with somebody. Create that for yourself within your dynamic with yourself, so you know exactly what it looks like. And then that will be drawn towards you. Because right now, I'm seeing that there's a grip on the past, and kind of using the present moment to be living in the past, but then expecting something different. Um, but you're not going to get something different. You're going to get the same thing every time, and it's going to be a reflection of that pain that's not being processed. So that's kind of feel like the you are resisting change and seek what is familiar. Yep, even though it's not in your best interest. This change may not have been your choice either. Go within and reaffirm to yourself why you need to make this transition. Um, you need self discipline and systems thinking to achieve your goals. If routine is becoming stifling, do something different. You don't have to stick by the rules all the time, be spontaneous. So, this is really talking about processing pain and letting go from the past, and not living in the past, not continuing to live in the past, and creating with your imagination, or new beliefs, or new understanding, now that you're not in whatever situation that you were in before that caused you grief. So you can actually look back on that, and you have a different perspective. Now you can look back and say, okay, I understand like why this person did such and such, and I understand why I was feeling so hurt at the time, but I know that I'm valuable. I know that my self-worth, it purely consists of how I treat myself and how I talk to myself, and that my value and my self-worth has nothing to do with what somebody else says it is. And so you kind of have this change in your perspective. Um, yeah, a situation hasn't turned out the way you expected. You feel sad, regretful, disappointed. Um, yeah, definitely talking about a lot about change and allowing yourself to transition and not resist these changes. Um, let me see what else I got here. I'm going to pull these love angels. Somebody leaving you in the dark. The shadow of your heart. Yeah, it's that Florence and the Machine on. So this reading is for Chicky Chicky. And then I also want to do a soul truth too. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. Check this out. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. That's what we were just talking about. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith that, these changes that you're being guided to make as far as processing the past and not living in the past, that this is the right thing and that what you're doing for yourself and the love that you're going to be showing for yourself, the type of dynamic that you want, that you first give to yourself, is what's going to attract the type of um, dynamic with somebody else that you want. Thanks for your question, Chicky. What's up, Yessie? Onka levels, RSA. What does the universe want me to know? Wow. Got a blank rune. I never pull a blank rune. I pull the same runes every time. So that's really interesting. Unknowable. The divine in all human transactions. I just want to read this to you. You're welcome, Chicky. I hope that resonated with you. So this is, again, for Onka Levels RSA. First of all, you got a blank rune, okay? Blank is the end, blank is the beginning. This is the rune of total trust and should be taken as exciting evidence of your most immediate contact with your own true destiny, which time and time again rises like the phoenix from the ashes of what we call fate. The appearance of this rune can portend a death, but that death is usually symbolic and may relate to any part of your life as you are living it right now. Relinquishing control is the ultimate challenge for the spiritual warrior. Here, the unknowable informs you that it is in motion in your life. In that blankness is held undiluted potential. At the same time, both pregnant and empty, this rune comprehends the totality of being, all that is to be actualized. Drawing the blank rune may bring to the surface our deepest fears. Will I fail? Will I be abandoned? will it all be taken away? And yet our highest good, our truest possibilities, and all our fertile dreams are held within the blankness. Willingness and permitting are what this rune requires. For how can you exercise control over what is not yet in form? The blank rune often calls for no less an act of courage than an empty-handed leap into the void. Drawing it is a direct test of faith. The unknowable represents the path of karma, the sum total of your actions and their consequences, the lessons that are yours for this lifetime. And yet this rune teaches that the very debts of old karma shift and evolve as you shift and evolve. Nothing is predestined. What beckons is the creative power of the unknown. Whenever you draw this blank rune, take heart. Know that the work of self-change is progressing in your life. And you also got, very fitting, this rune is growth. And you got it reversed, so associated with rebirth, new life. So it looks like there's a lot of inner transformation going on and a lot of trust that needs to be had. I mean, Prince. Events, or more likely aspects of your character, interfere with the growth of new life. You may feel dismayed at failing to take right action. But rather than dismay, what is called for here is diligence. Examine what has occurred, your role in it, your needs, the needs of other people. Are you placing your wants before the needs of others? Strip away until you can identify the obstacles to growth in this situation. Then, penetrating gently, imitate the wind. You may be required to cultivate the soil once again, yet through correct preparation, growth is assured. And I want to pull a soul truth. Thank you, yes, I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't have a gender. My pronouns are they, them. Or you can call me Rachel or Love Divine Wisdom or Love Divine. Any of those work. Messages for RSA. Oh. Okay, this one's really important. How can I surrender even more in this moment? It's essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, which is also what that blank rune was talking about, but you know is coming. Today's soul action, you know this so deeply that your soul vibrates. You are not alone. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more the universe can produce miracles in your life. Today's mantra, I surrender. I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. And I guess just something that I want to add to that is, because I understand like what it feels like to, if there's like a lot of interchange going on and you're maybe experiencing yourself as very different, like even on a day-to-day basis. Um, and there's a sense of wanting to have some sort of control, or where is this going, or what is the end product going to look like, things like that. It's not really the how things are going to play out, that's not really, in my experience, is not that's not what's up to us. Our jobs as creators is to one is to ask, and for what we want, we create our reality. So what we think about is something that we can decide for ourselves. If I decide that I want to be here and I want to be giving intuitive readings, then that's what I'm going to have, thoughts that align with that. Um, before I go to bed, I do visualizations where I'm having these visuals that I'm doing readings for people, and I'm feeling, I'm grounding that experience down into my present moment and feeling what it would feel like to feel that right now, as if that was happening right now. So, I'm feeling, the information comes to me so easily and effortlessly. I'm feeling very relaxed as I'm downloading this information from spirit. um, and I try to feel it like as if it's happening right now, so you can stay in the present moment, because the present moment is really where you have access to your connection with source, because you are source. um, you are energy. Everything is energy. um, and then, so our job is to one, ask, and then two is to allow whatever it is that we want our lives to look like to come to us. So that's what that card is talking about. How can I surrender even more in this moment? Allowing means to surrender and to not be interested in trying to control external things. And to, when is this going to happen? How is this going to happen? What is this going to look like? Um, I'm watching some dogs right now, and I think one of them is barking in their sleep. They're definitely barking in their sleep. It's super cute. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that. So thanks for your question, RSA. I appreciate it. Okay, Yessie, how will my partner Libra feel when he sees the improvements and progress I have made for me in the near future? I'm a Pisces. I'm working on being a better me for me and a better partner. That's hella tight. That's really cool. So you're asking how will they feel when they see the improvements? Okay. It's inspiring. He's gonna feel inspired. Because I feel like, yeah. So it's like people are such a reflection of ourselves. Like, um, it's like, even especially when you're in like any type of intimate relationship with somebody, because you're really allowing that person to see you in a specific way, and you're really allowing yourself to be seen in a specific way. And it's like when you interact with somebody, it's like you see yourself. It's like you see how you are reacting and responding to certain things, and you learn a lot about yourself. So it's like, because you're making these changes within yourself, it's like this person is now seeing a direct reflection of themselves in you. And they're like, I'm seeing this thing a lot more clearly because my partner is very much more in touch with who they are. So there's no um, misconception about, whether or not they had if they were to have a reaction to something that you um, did. um, you know for an example, it would just be like, you know maybe you're making dinner together one night, and you want to do the cooking, and you say your partner does dishes or something. Well, if your partner has issues with um, control, or not wanting to be controlled, or feeling like controlled from something, that you are just being yourself, and you're making this innocent suggestion of, oh no, let me do the cooking, and you just do dishes or something like that. Your partner might see something that you are not even thinking as malicious. If this person is struggling with control issues, they might see it as something as malicious, but it has nothing to do with you. They're seeing through their own filter, their own perspective. And so now they're seeing their reaction to that situation, that experience that they had with you, knowing that it had nothing to do with you, because you're just being yourself. And you've been making these changes, which means that you've been getting closer to what it means for you to just be you. Then this person sees their reaction. They see their reflection in you from that experience. So then they're like, "Oh shit, I have control issues. I don't want to be like that. What can I do to let me look at this?" Or how can I? What can I do to bring some attention to this situation that I didn't realize that was there, or something like that. And I see it changes. It's a lot of good changes. Um, but what I'm seeing here is inspired to make changes that within this your partner is seeing that they want to make changes within themselves, so that they can be their most authentic self. And then they kind of like that idea of, whoa, this is really cool. I didn't know that I could be free of this way of thinking that I was thinking of before, that maybe went under the radar previously, when yeah. um, Let me pull some. This is Yessie's question. You've got this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. And I kind of see this as when one person like levels up in what I mean by level up is it's like you're two individuals, right? Like you're both living your own lives, but you're doing it in a cohesive way where you can both come together your own beings are coming together and you're creating this third thing um, that's really awesome. And when one person is like leveling up in how authentic they are being to themselves, it inspires the other person to do the same. And then you just like are able to create new things that might not have been accessible before, um, just from the level of consciousness that you were both at previously. And what's crazy is I'm eating a fortune cookie and it says success and wealth is in your future. That's what's up. It looks really good. Um, I love this, and it's really fucking dope that you're doing this work. Like, and it's gonna show in the dynamic, yes. But I mean, it's gotta feel so empowering for you to be able to let certain shit go that doesn't benefit you, that you're seeing doesn't benefit you, if that's what's going on right now. So it's hella dope, dude. Thanks for your question, Yessie. It's really cool because then you and the other person get together and you create these like fucking dope experiences. You're so welcome, dude. Hi, Soho. Sahu. Uh, Sahu. What is my a shock feeling for me? And okay. I feel like this person is interested in seeing what can be created between you two. I think this person um, definitely sees you as someone that they find um, desirable, or I think this person does appreciate you. I think that maybe I don't see a lot of action being taken place, though, in regards to expressing this. It's something kind of that they're keeping to themselves on the low. Um, they're kind of reserved. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't even kind of like reaching out at this point. Let me see if, yeah, no contact. Will they come back? Let's see. Will they come back into your life? I just think maybe they don't know what to do about the situation. Maybe they don't trust their own wisdom about it, or there's something that they are learning in relationship to their wisdom about it, and so they're kind of keeping to themselves. Will they come back into Sahu's life? This person seems very kind of tucked away in whatever it is that they are preoccupied with right now. It kind of seems like they're going back to old ways of doing things and thinking things, and might even be kind of burying themselves in responsibilities, or feeling like they need to bury themselves in responsibilities. It kind of seems like they're involved in a situation that's it's not really a creative outlet. It's just more something to do with stagnant energy. Um, Kind of like when you do stuff, if you have feelings that you are resisting, or you're experiencing some type of feeling or thought that you're resisting, so you start to just do things out of reaction to not wanting to deal with those things, and you just start taking on a bunch of shit that you just end up regretting later. That's kind of what this person's energy seems like right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Again, I feel like this person is going through a period of not knowing how to kind of trust themselves or make things work out for themselves in the way that they would like. I don't think they very much are comfortable with trusting their own inner wisdom. So it's like uh, any third party, if there is, it's not something that's permanent, because this person can't keep something permanent. It's like they don't want something permanent, because that would mean that they're sitting and thinking about um, whatever it is that they feel like they can't get a hold of. Let me see. Third party was. No, they're very much kind of keeping to themselves and trying to figure out like a new way about going about things. It seems like they would really love to have things that they're not looking at be looked at, and be liberated from. Maybe they feel like people are kind of like looking down on them because they feel like they are struggling to get out of this kind of rut that they've got themselves in, where they're constantly trying to do. So I'm going to do this thing, and I'm going to do this thing, and now I'm going to do this thing because there's something deeper there that they are trying to look at, but it might be difficult to look at. Yeah, it's kind of like this repeating thing of like, I don't know, how do I trust myself? Like, what is my own inner guidance? What does it mean for me to have confidence in myself without needing the validation of other people, without needing the validation of now I'm doing this external thing, and so it's giving me some kind of value or something like that. It's like they're trying to figure that out. Thanks for your question, Sahu. uh, okay, looks like I have some donations. Luna, thank you for your donation. And Carmen, thank you for your donation. Do y'all want to go ahead and post your questions? And I'll see what I can do. What's up, Nisha? Hi, Shirley. All right, Carmen, how will James behave towards me when he gets back to NYC? He is away through Thanksgiving with his family. Okay. Okay, I can do Luna's first. Luna, what do you see in mine and Geo's future? Okay. So, obviously, you know your dynamic, Luna, better than I do. But I'm seeing kind of some things coming to the light that maybe haven't been talked about. Maybe somebody is getting the confidence or is kind of trying to work up the confidence to be like, hey, I am taking on all of these things. Can we share this burden? Um, or there is some kind of like something coming to the light that some kind of truth coming to the light that it's like this feeling of okay, we've come to this truth. The worst is over. I want to share this such and such responsibility with you. I don't want to be burdened by, maybe somebody in the dynamic feels like they are taking on all of this stuff and doesn't know how to express themselves about it or thinks that, okay, well, if I'm taking on all these responsibilities, then that means that the other person will appreciate me. And that's the only way that I can get this person to appreciate me. And please feel free to tell me if this does not resonate or anything like that. But um, what the important thing here that I'm seeing is that there are certain things that are kind of like rising to the top because um, it's like things can't continue to go about the way that they've been going, or things that were at rest that are not really working for the dynamic anymore. It just seems like, because I see somebody here that's like, let me just show you this picture right here. This person is like done. It's like, I have exhausted all of my mental abilities. Um, I'm in the worst case scenario, and that is coming to an end. And the best thing about feeling like I'm at rock bottom is that there's nowhere to go but up type thing. And it's like this understanding that things outside of you are not what define how confident you go about your life in the world, or you don't need all of these responsibilities in order to um, be or seen as valid or something like that. And the number 4 here is coming up quite a bit. So whatever it is that's like coming to the surface, that it's like, I have fucking had enough of this. There's also a celebration that comes with that. Um, so whatever this is involving, it's definitely coming with a sense of clarity, with a sense of somebody knowing the truth more, either about themselves or about the dynamic, about who they are as a person, or about what they want to be doing with their time, or something like that. So it's kind of revolving around this type of energy. Let me pull some love angels. You might be picking up on the burdens from his job. He's taking on a lot. Client owes him money, so he's been feeling exhausted from that. It's kind of like reaching a breaking point. And a celebration coming out of feeling like I don't have to take on all these burdens. I can get some help from somebody. Starting over, starting new with something, even though it might feel like wrong for speaking this truth or being comfortable with the idea that you don't need certain things or external things to validate you or something like that. So I'm just pulling some love angels really quick. Playfulness. I feel like this is really important, especially with this energy that I'm reading right now, to have a sense of playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So I feel like, especially in combination with how kind of heavy the energy of the cards were, and about the heaviness of the feeling of kind of hitting rock bottom, exhausting yourself, not feeling confident in what's going on, or speaking up, or not associating external things with your value. This idea of playfulness, I feel like, is really important in relationship with this person, but between you two as well, so that things don't bleed over into your dynamic. I don't know if they have already. Um, this feeling of kind of like romance and playfulness, and kind of trusting that things are going to work out in your favor, whatever it is that y'all would like for that to look like. Let me see. That's kind of what I'm picking up right now. Hey, Gypsy. Usually the cards show me whatever is most prominent, like the energy that's most prominent. So yeah, that's kind of what I've got for your question. Thank you so much for your question. I really appreciate your donation. Yeah, for sure. Okay, Carmen. How will James behave towards me when he gets back to NYC? He is away through Thanksgiving with family. It's interesting because I feel like this person is, I don't really know how they are right now, or kind of like their energy in general, but I just asked like specifically when they get back. And it looks like this person is kind of inspired to not just make their presence known, but kind of communicate something that they want to uh, kind of have some completion or kind of closure over, or I guess another way of looking at closure is starting something new, allowing something to start that's new. Um, and when I say somebody's coming in and they are kind of making their presence known or their presence felt, it's like they are, um, it would kind of be like if somebody were to come in, just like rushing in and communicating something that they either feel inspired by, or that they are sometimes kind of even in over their head, so to speak. And it might be something that they've been feeling kind of unsure about, or kind of some resistance to, because they don't know what to do about something, or there's been some kind of like um, inner tension or inner turmoil or something, and it's like this person is kind of charging in, and they're making this um, this communication known, and this understanding known, and they're like, I want things this way, and I'm gonna do things this way, and I have this idea about such and such. And it's kind of like they are coming to some sort of conclusion about something that they've been stuck on internally, whether or not they have a full 360 comprehension of them going about this, if that's the correct thing for them to do, it's kind of like they're just doing and going for it, and just kind of like communicating what it is that they've been thinking about. It's like they're putting a stop to whatever um, tension or inner resistance was going on within them, and just kind of like not holding back at all, which can be a good thing. I don't think it's like a good or a bad thing. It's just I don't know if this person is kind of just an indecisive person, or if they're kind of maybe they overthink things, or maybe they're hella laid back and they don't really think about things, and then they realize that they haven't been thinking about something, and they've just kind of been letting something kind of build up within them, and then you know they're just like, oh, I don't know what to do here, so I'm just going to say such and such, or I'm just going to go for it, or I'm just going to really make my opinion about something known, or make my idea about something known. So it's kind of like this ambitious approach. What's interesting is that, okay, so I was talking about how you can see something as a conclusion, but it's also a new beginning. And that's exactly what this world card is. So whatever it is that this person has been trying to get a grip on, to understand for themselves what is best for themselves, I don't see it as a bad thing. I'm just not saying what's on the other side of this. Because the world is also a new beginning. It's just a closing of an old chapter. But whatever it is, they are confident in whatever it is that they are going to communicate. They feel liberated from, whatever it is that they were struggling with, not being able to, going back and forth within themselves about something, um, not knowing where they stand on something. It looks like they finally have some kind of alignment with their head and their heart. So let me pull some love angels here. All right, let me ask about Carmen and James. I'm pulling some love angels cards. The first one, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So it could be, the new thing that's coming out of this, it could be a new start. Maybe this person is allowing themselves to, for you to know them and for you to know each other in a new way. Of course, if it is something that you see that you are not really about, like if you're not getting whatever it is, if this person's not able to offer you whatever it is that you're looking for, maybe they are offering you an opportunity to have a different dynamic with them and to get to know them on a deeper level. But you're like, no, that's not enough. I want whatever it means for you to have commitment. Then, you got to do what's right for you. If somebody can't offer us something specifically that we're looking for, that's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that person. But if it's something that is important to you and the other person's not able to offer that specifically, um, then you make your own decisions. Maybe whatever it is that they are trying to offer you, or this new thing that they're trying to develop with you, maybe you find that you end up liking that and you end up wanting to do that instead. I don't think it's closing off non-committed selfish ways. I just want us to step forward. It looks like there is a step forward in a direction where people are allowing themselves to be seen in new ways. We've been stagnant for so long. I feel like when this person comes back, I just want to show you this card right quick. Like, this person is legit, like, this is probably the fastest card in this tarot deck. Where this person is literally just like rushing in. They know what they want to do. Even if like they haven't weighed all the options, they're just like, fuck that. I don't need to do that. I know what I need to do and I'm going for it. And it's definitely coming to a conclusion about this, whatever it is that they've been having some inner resistance to, not accepting or not knowing what to do, or it looks like they know what to do. And it looks like it's an opportunity for you to know each other in a new way. So you might like what this person has to offer. It might not look exactly like what you had thought, but nothing. It's okay to try and just go with the flow. And it looks like it's safe to try and trust what this person is doing. But obviously, if you notice some shit that you don't like, um, do what's best for you for sure. But it looks like this person is going to try to make some type of offering for a new type of dynamic that might be beneficial, might be loving, might be inviting, might be something that interests you. But whatever it is, he's definitely made a decision. And he's going to communicate it very clearly about what this person is willing to offer. Okay, Carmen, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for your question. I appreciate your donation. I'm going to be on here for like 10 more minutes and then I gotta go to bed. So I'm going to keep going down the list here. Be wise. Will I be able to be friends with my ex? Is there any indication of what it is? Well, yeah, from the cards, it looks like this person is interested in having a new developing dynamic with you. Whatever it is that they've been struggling with to come to terms with, whatever they've been fighting with within themselves, which it does look like they have been doing that. They've made a decision. They're ready to communicate and see what you have to say about it. Because it looks like they are open to allowing themselves to be seen more, is what I will say. Allowing you in more is what I will say. Will I be able to be friends with my ex? Will BYs be able to be friends with their ex? Oh, cool. I'm really glad that that resonated with you. I appreciate your question. Yes, absolutely. This is for BYs. Will you be able to be friends with your ex? Yes. There's this thing here about authority and being dominating. Like, what is the balance between being dominating and actually contributing are being a part of a dynamic in a passionate way, that you're not being controlling. There's something here about that, and possibly bonding over that, or coming to some kind of understanding that people are not here to try and control. Um, there's definitely some kind of reconciliation or friendship here that's still here to be had. Um, Demetria, I'm only going to be able to do 2 more questions. Not accepting any more donations. I appreciate everybody being here tonight and being hella patient. I've been on here for 2 hours and 22 minutes, which I see the number 22 all the time. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you can hit the bell to be notified for when I come back on. Yeah, I want to do this thing for Demetria. If I don't get to your question, I really apologize. I just gotta go to bed. Okay. Alrighty, this is for Demetria. And their question was, anything spirit would like to bring into their awareness. So I'm using these really cool oracle cards called it's called Lightworker Oracle, and they're pretty dope for Demetria. Wow. An invitation to connect. It's really interesting because, I've been working on grounding myself so I can get visuals from spirit, and I was like, why am I seeing bubbles right now? And this card has see all these like bubbly orbs. So I'm just going to read this right quick to them. So this is called an invitation to connect. Love exists throughout our universe. Many loving beings that do not belong to the human race exist in worlds beyond the earthly realm. Among these are those who are aware of the spiritual plight of humanity and are willing and able to help us move forward. Unlike those who close their minds because they fear the unknown, you have an open mind and an open, receptive heart. Beings from other worlds recognize you as a receptive channel for their unconditionally loving existence in this world. You will both benefit from this individually and help the planet, so you are being offered an invitation to connect. There are many dimensions to existence. For those who are developing evolved sensory perception, the senses will not be restricted to being impressed upon by the physical dimension. There are higher dimensions that the psychic or emotional nature can recognize, and even more refined dimensions that the higher mind can recognize. Beyond that, there are dimensions that the mind, even its most expansive state, cannot grasp, but the spirit knows to be real. The more your sensitivity to subtle energy evolves, the more aware you become of these worlds, beyond this world. For some, this will be easy to accept and will inspire interest in learning more. Others may be tentative about exploring connections with non-earthly beings. Great peace can grow in the heart of those who are unafraid, who are open to the idea of beings that are aware of humanity, but not human themselves, who want to help humanity evolve and have the spiritual power to be able to do so. No matter how mixed up and consumed by darkness the world may seem at times, there are so many powers of light working to see the earth, humanity through this most interesting time, to see us into the new age of spiritual enlightenment. It's all a part of this divine experiment of life, and there are many forces invested in the successful and loving evolution of humanity. If you have been contemplating life beyond this earth, perhaps talking to the stars or gazing wistfully at other planets, if you have been intrigued by the mysterious codes of light and sound you are sure are embedded in crop circles, or simply have a feeling that you would like to work with beings who are more spiritually evolved than humanity at present, then you are being given a clear message with this oracle. There are beings in other worlds that are very aware of your open, loving attitude and the work you are doing. They are actively responding to your thoughts and feelings. Since we live in a free will zone on Earth, we must extend an invitation to receive assistance. Because you are unafraid and resonate from a place of peaceful curiosity, the higher level awareness you are capable of issuing the needed invitation to those that can assist humanity from a place of unconditional love. That was for Demetria. And I'm going to do one more question. J. Ra. J. Ra says, what do my spirit guides want me to know? What do J. Ra's spirit guides want them to know? I'm not accepting any more donations. I'm doing one last question, then I'm heading to bed. So, am I apologizing for my truth? What part of you is apologizing for your truth? Why? Today, be proud of your truth. Catch yourself when you want to apologize or withhold parts of it. You never know whose life will change when you are brave enough to speak it. Be the lighthouse that shines on the courage that lives in all of us. This will give others permission to speak their own truth. There is room for all of us. Today's mantra: courage is contagious. What am I looking for outside of myself that's already within me? Are you looking for more guidance, confidence, peace, wisdom, love, or something else? When we search outside of ourselves, we can become overwhelmed, frustrated, and never feel quite good enough. It's time to go inward to find everything you seek. All the answers you need lie within you. Today's soul action: breathe in your favorite essential oil, inhale deeply into your belly, drop your shoulders, and spend some time hanging out with your soul today. Ask for what you need, and be ready for the answers. J-Ra. Where am I being called to use my voice right now? You have a soul script that was written to be spoken. Your story matters, and it's time for you to share it with the world. Today's soul action: share your story with at least one person today. Be brave and speak your truth. So that's another card about speaking your truth. Your voice will be the catalyst for healing in others. That's really cool. All right, everybody. I am headed to bed. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for when I come on next time. And I hope y'all have a good night, a day, or afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at. And much love to y'all.